Picture yourself at the grocery store and you're at the checkout. You whip out your debit card, and the payment terminal, also known as the card swiping machine, wants to know if you're going to do this as a debit or credit transaction. If you hit credit, does that mean that it helps you build credit? I'm Beverly Harzog, and I'm going to unlock debit card mysteries that have been keeping you up at night. First, I'll cover the big question: can it help you build credit? It's actually a reasonable question to ask. When you look at your debit card, you also see a logo such as MasterCard or Visa. What you're looking at, though, is the name of the card network that's used for your debit card. Companies like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover provide infrastructure that helps process your credit card purchases. So that's why you see that logo on the debit card. They set the rules for credit card processing and standards. So when you choose credit instead of debit on that payment terminal, that determines how the transaction is going to be processed. Choose debit and the money leaves your account in real time. Okay. Takes it right out of your checking account. If you choose credit, though, your payment is routed through the payment network. And this takes a few days longer to get through. So you've got your money for maybe a day or two, maybe 3. It only delays the withdrawal a bit. If you do use a debit card regularly, it's much safer to choose the credit option. This makes your payment go through the credit card network, and that network has much better fraud protections for you. Debit cards are inherently a little bit risky because they can be easily hacked. You're still using your debit card, but if you choose credit, that really does protect you a little bit more. So a traditional debit card does not help you build credit because you're using your own money, whether you hit debit or credit at that payment terminal. So that's why it doesn't help you build credit, even when you pick the credit option at checkout. You've probably heard recently that there are some debit cards that claim to build credit. Is that true? Let's find out. I've talked about traditional debit cards. Now there are some non-traditional debit cards that claim that they can build credit. They do have some steep annual fees, though, like the Extra card. There are also some that have rewards, but there are some restrictions as well. You can't use the card rewards just anywhere. Extra does report to Experian and to Equifax, but not to TransUnion, although they say they're in talks to do that. And it's much better for you if they report to all 3. It might help build credit in certain circumstances, but be sure that you read the terms and know the fees and how each card works. They're all a little bit different. It reminds me of when celebrity prepaid cards hit the scene about a dozen years ago. And I got blocked on social media by a celebrity because I criticized her prepaid debit card. I'll tell you what happened. Prepaid debit cards are the ones where you load your money, your own money, onto a card. The cards initially targeted people who couldn't get checking accounts for whatever reason. I criticized Susie Orman's card because of the fees. She blocked me on what was Twitter back in those days. I don't like products that charge people to use their own money. It's really that simple. It was nothing personal. If you want to build your credit score, check out this video. It's about how to build credit from scratch, and some of them don't require a credit card. If you do use a credit card responsibly, though, that does increase your credit score, and I encourage that unless there's a reason you don't want to use credit cards, and I understand that too. I hope you found this video helpful, and if so, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.